Okay, guys, you've got Darren Little here with the MLM Superheroes, and I got to tell you right now, I am so excited. I'm so fired up. I'm going to share with you a number of things that have been happening here just in this last 10 days, week to 10 days. It's been the last week as we've sort of ramped up for this launch with our new Uniline compensation plan. And guys, I want to just share with you here that a lot of people don't really even understand the power of what's about to happen. I'm not kidding you guys when I tell you this. Look at my arms. I got goosebumps like this, literally pulsating through my whole body, and I can't sleep at night. I literally can function on about 4 hours of sleep, okay? Sometimes three, and like I was up this morning at like 4 a.m. and I didn't go to bed until 1, so that was like 3 hours, right? And I got up and I feel totally energized and ready to go for the day. So what I'm going to share with you guys here is that the difference of what has just transpired with our new Uniline compensation plan. And I want for you to understand this from a marketing perspective and also from the amount of money that you're going to be able to make with this new program. Now, one of the things that I'm going to share with you is that, a lot of people don't really understand what is your goal. What is your goal with Empower Network? Guys, you are the product. Okay, you are the product, and the product is leadership. Okay. Now, your goal is to be able to go through these products to be able to step into your power, okay, and showcase your personal breakthrough on your blog, okay? That's the basis of it. And through storytelling and then wrapping it all back around to the business, okay? So if you look at a lot of the blog posts that I've done, and I haven't done a lot, guys. I've maybe done like 16 or 17, something like that. But those blog posts, I spent quite a bit of time. I didn't say, oh, I got to get a blog post out. Okay, I created value, a significant amount of value through storytelling. And then sometimes as I'm partway through the story, I'd say, oh, by the way, I want to give you these 5 strategies that will really help you in your business. And then I get back into the story. I'm going to wrap it all back around to, and while I was doing this, while I was enjoying that, while I was here and there and doing this, my online business was creating autopilot income. If you want to get get the formula too, click here. But most of it's the story. So in the evolution of you stepping into your power, okay, eventually your goal is to take your special sauce and turn it into your own products, okay? That's the goal, guys. And once you do that, now you move into being a speaker, right, at mastermind events, and eventually hosting your own mastermind events, right? The Millionaire mastermind events where you bring a bunch of speakers together, you provide a bunch of value to the marketplace, and sometimes, like the next one, the Orlando event that just happened that I spoke at, people were paying as much as like $1,500, $2,000 to attend for like 5 days, right? Now the next one that we're doing in February, which is going to be a tropical mastermind, is going to be a $10,000 event, guys, okay? And that's been actually put on and hosted by Chad Oxted, okay? So that's sort of the evolution. So you start off, you learn how to become a marketer, you learn how to step into your power, you learn how to communicate a message through storytelling, and what you'll find is that if you can open up and be vulnerable, that's when you will get the most amount of response from your market, okay? Now, first of all, I want to just say, before we go any further, I want to extend a huge congratulations to Daniela and Brittany, who they went black card, they went all in, and they're really kind of coming into their power right now and really getting this model, okay? Now, Brittany wrote a really long post on her wall, and I don't know if you've had a chance to read it, but I would recommend going to her wall and reading it. It's a few posts down, and it's quite long, okay? Now, that post is what I'm talking about. It had like about 130 likes, about 50 some odd comments, with comments in between the comments, okay? So what I'll share with you is that, guys, that's the formula, okay? So if you can be open and honest and vulnerable about your real life, the moment that you put value on your life, the moment that you put value on your personal breakthroughs, your struggles, because see, once you get into the next evolution, and I want to say big congratulations out to Debbie, who guys, Debbie has gone through a massive transformation in the last 90 days, okay? And I just want to commend her on really, facing her fears and conquering a lot of stuff. She had a hip replacement, had to get through that. And, the two distinct realities, right? Level 1 being the victim, level 2 being the victor. And Debbie has literally gone through a blossoming into her leader, okay? And it is so amazing to see this. When I log into the back office or to iPass 7-figure profit maximizers, and I see Debbie McIntosh, Debbie McIntosh, Debbie McIntosh, I'm like, go Debbie! This is so great, because that's what happens when you get that personal breakthrough, guys. Pop, 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 pop. They start going off like popcorn, right? And it's an exciting thing when that happens, okay? So, the other thing is big congratulations to Helen, okay? Guys, so much of this path is really about personal development, okay? And Helen, when I first met Helen, she came from the world of features and benefits. She didn't understand this business model. And she has gone through massive transformation in even her speaking, her English, right? Her communication abilities, opening up her heart, really getting to the point of understanding what does it really mean to be connecting with people, right? And offering value. Helen has gone through a massive transformation over the last 2 years, but especially right now, it's really happening big time. Now, Michelle is another amazing story, okay, because Michelle was, two worlds that exist simultaneously, guys, the victim over here and the victor over here. And Michelle has tapped into personal development. She's tapped into subconscious mind tapping. She's tapped into millionaire mentoring. And she's now doing the leadership activities and getting into autopilot signups, which is very, very exciting. Now, Shirley went through a massive, like in the last 5 months, Shirley has gone into really getting a following, okay, guys? And that's really the ultimate goal, is to have fans, to have followers of people that are listening to your content and what you provide. And Shirley is, has a really kind of unique story, because she was a makeup artist, and she left that career and went into this full time. She won the 3-dimensional vision board contest, guys, and what she actually did was she developed like a little posse around her and got them to start promoting for her on their walls to drive more traffic and more votes to take her right up to the very top, okay? So that's exciting. Now, one of the things I want to, just showcase here, guys, because this, for me, quite honestly, is what this is truly all about, okay? This business is about helping people to go through transformation, okay? And when you really get that, and you really understand that this is a personal development business model, and it's a leadership business model, and you're the product, Okay. Now in Nashville, I had a really cool thing happen. Okay, I was sitting in the lobby, and Esteban was sitting in this chair next to me. I don't know if he had seen me on the internet or what. I don't even know how the whole thing happened, but we ended up getting into like probably for an hour and a half or something, or a couple of hours sitting in the lobby. And that's why it's so important to get to events, guys, okay? And Esteban is living proof, okay, that it doesn't matter where you start, okay? When Esteban started, he comes from a country where when people work full-time, okay, full-time, their average income is $200 per month. Okay, and I want for you to really understand how profound this is, because he got himself to the event. Since then, he's been able to go all in on his dream. He's gone to multiple events now, and he's now stepped into a leadership role where he's putting out personal development videos in both English and Spanish, okay? He's now exceeded his intention for his goals. He's now become a top recruiter, and it's so phenomenal to be able to witness this, guys. So what I want to do here, because sort of the theme for tonight, is I really want for you guys to tap into your vision. What is your real vision? Why did you get involved with Empower Network and iPass? What did you see when you first saw this? What was your vision that could unfold into your future reality? And I want to start this with Esteban, because I want Esteban to, first of all, share a little bit about his personal development journey, his breakthrough, because I really believe that it's going to have a significant impact, because he followed everything, guys, I will tell you, to the letter, okay? To the letter. He went through subconscious mind tapping. He made a vision board. He literally started to speak his reality into existence. Literally, speak his reality into existence, and he's now become a leader, right? And that's really what this business model is about. So, Esteban, first of all, I just want to let you know, pal, that I'm so incredibly proud of you for this discovery and this evolution that you've gone through just in the last 90 days. And if you can maybe just share, are you driving right now, pal?
Yeah, I'm driving.
Okay, can you talk, or are you just look at the road? Just look at the road. But.
Yeah.
Okay, so Esteban, you know, I want you first of all just to share where you were and the evolution that you've gone through Millionaire Mentoring, and where you are right now. What's happening in your business, and talk to me a little bit about your vision.
Well, what I was before, well, I was managing this rock band here in Colombia, and I also was working for a cosmetic for the cosmetic industry. And well, everything was going okay for the band, for this company, but I was only 28 years old, and I had a heart attack. So I decided to quit and move to make internet marketing, you know. But I was lost, you know, like in internet marketing, not making a penny. So well, I found out about Empower Network. The thing is that I was not all in Empower Network, and I was doing it more like to see what could happen. You know, I was not taking it seriously. Till one day, I spoke to one of the leaders called Leonel Castro. He's already gold in the company, and he told me, "Dude, you have to go to Nashville." And I told him, "Dude, I'm broke. I don't have a dime. No, I don't have money." So this guy tells me like this, like, you have to go like if your life depends on it. So I like this feeling, knowing my heart. And I went to the bank, asked for a loan, never asked for money. So, but I went to the bank and boom, they gave me the money. Then a fake airline, well, I got ripped off like $1,000. But the curious thing is that this airline was not on online. No, was by the phone. They called me on the phone. I got to this hotel, and then they took away like $1,000 from me.
We're losing you there, Esteban.
To the other side. Can you hear me, guys?
We're losing you there. On maybe just pull over for like 5 minutes.
Okay. Let me pull over. In fact, I'm already home. But okay, so the thing is that I was alone, without sponsor, without anyone in this super duper huge hotel, and well, the hotel was so big that people got lost in there. I was kind of scared, but I started to talking to people, and then one guy told me, like, you look that dude over there with this this hat, like this Gilligan hat. You have to talk to that guy. You have to do whatever it takes to talk to that guy. So I remember you were sit down with Chad Ockstad in that lobby. But it was so funny because I sat like in front of you, like waiting to say something. And well, I grew up up here and I started talking to you. I remember you had this golden watch, and every time you speak, you make like this, and my head was moving like this. It was so funny. And you start talking about like the inner circle, like the mindset part, the importance of the inner circle, and now I really know why it's so important. So after going through the event, I had a lot of breakthroughs, and boom, I got all in. But I started like to having some results, but there were not like the results. So I was like something was something was I was like lacking of something, and I started talking to Shirley, who isn't there. Hi, Shirley. So she told me, like, okay, if you think that something is kind of missing, you should speak to Darren. And I spoke to him, and we began our training. At first, I thought you were like kind of crazy, Darren, to be honest. But then I said in my mind, okay, let's do what this guy says. What this guy is telling me to do, because there's a lot of success stories, and let me tell you, it changed my life forever. Like, for example, I went to Orlando, for example, and then I had to pay not only for the event in Orlando, but also for the Empower Network event. And but I didn't have the money. Guess what? Someone boom appeared. Well, I had the money for the event, but I preferred to spend it in a course. So I said, okay, let's spend the money in this course. And magically, someone appeared and gave me an all-in access a ticket for $50. Yesterday, I bought another course for $97, and boom, right away, 2 inner circle sales. So right now, I'm like, what I learned with you, Darren, is that I must take decisions with my heart. Not basing what I have in my bank account, but basing what I have in my heart. Because when I take decisions based on what is in my heart, in my bank account, I'm taking decisions based on fear. But when I'm taking decisions based on what is in my heart, well, it's as you said, it's like taking decisions based on the reality I want. The reality that I want. When I take decisions based on what is in my bank account, I start taking decisions based on the reality I don't want. No. So right now I don't worry about money, no, because well, it's kind of coming along. I'm recruiting people, and I'm not even like bringing traffic, like paid traffic, no, and I'm bringing people. Right now I'm in the charts, in the biggest Latino team in Empower Network. Uh, I think I post a picture in the Disney Mastermind group, you know. The coolest thing is that also, well, you are not a techie guy, but yesterday you taught us something about email marketing. And the thing is that the same thing you explained um, is like exactly the same thing we saw in Orlando, but you explain it easier. You know what the funniest thing is? That the guy who's playing it, like, earns a lot of money by doing this, and is a student of yours. I don't know if you remember Darren Hanser, and he has a cool testimony of yours, you know? Like,
Wow.
I could be speaking like forever, but I don't know. Like, I could be speaking like forever, and people is gonna think that you are paying me to tell these things, you know? But I did exactly what you said, you know, and things are happening alone, you know? Like, for example, the intentions, you know, I put intentions for a month, and all of them, like, boom, happened alone. I didn't have to do anything. It's like magic, literally.
Wow. Guys, you know what? Here's the cool thing that I'm going to share with you is that we as human beings, we battle this thing called the human condition. Okay, so when we grow up, we hear no, don't, stop, and be careful. And that starts our program, right? And that is going to create this thing called the human condition. And we all battle it. Don't think that I'm in some, little bubble over here and that I don't face this stuff too, okay? I just got back from Los Angeles, guys. I went for 3 hypnotherapy sessions. I went for spiritual healing because I'm going through the next evolution of myself, right? Of my next level of the game too. So don't think that I don't face this stuff. Don't think that I don't have self-doubt. Don't think that I don't face my fears, right? Because I do, right? Every time that you're ready to advance into a higher level, that's what happens. It's like going through the flashbacks again, going through the emotions bubbling up, right? So don't think that because I have developed these programs and have provided this training that I'm in the immune zone, that I don't face this stuff too, right? It's very important that you guys really get this. I'm the same as you. I have the same battles, right? I have to listen to my self-talk daily, right? I've got to put the programming into my mind to get to that next level, right? So once you get to the first breakthrough, which is to feel worthy, feel deserving, to know that abundance is your birthright, to know that there's not enough money in the world that can pay for your worth, and to feel clear, right? So that you don't have that feeling in your stomach, right, when you talk about money, right? Because that's this going on. You're actually resisting abundance flow to come into your life. Once you can, that's the first start, right? Once you can let those emotions out of your body, now you can just be yourself, right? So that's kind of step one of it. Now, once you do that, now you can become a top recruiter. That's what Esteban went through, right? So he's now gone from being a top recruiter to a manifester. And I'm going to tell you a story that happened with Esteban. Esteban was in a situation where he was trying for about a week to be able to come up with $4,200 US, okay? And it came to the morning of the deadline, and he calls me, and he's kind of like, because, dude, I tried everything, right? I tried everything. I couldn't come up with the $4,200. I'm so disappointed, right? And I said, Esteban, this is your test, man. This is another universal test, okay? There's two worlds that exist simultaneously, okay? You've got everything you want, and you've got everything that you don't want, okay? So I said, what if you could come up with it? What would be different? What would be different about this, right? What would be different in your body? Would your shoulders be back more? Would your breathing be differently? Tell me, what would it feel like right now if you knew that you got that money? You got that money and it came to you today, right at the very end of the day, bam, you got the money. What would it feel like right now? And he started to go through this, and his vibration started to shift, right? And he said, yeah, right? His whole mind started to, his thoughts started to change. His words started to change. His emotions started to change. He said, Darren, I'm going to this dinner, and I'm going to get that money. I'm going to the dinner, and I'm telling you, at the end of the day, I'm going to have that money. You know, keep in mind, guys, this is in a country where they only make $200 a month, okay? So he goes through the dinner, he waits for the right time, and he's in his power, and bam, right? He calls me, right? Like we're literally 30 minutes from the deadline. And he says, Darren, I got the money. True story, guys. True story. In the morning, it was an impossibility. Okay, we went through maybe about 45 minutes of mindset. Okay, he shifted his mindset into everything he wanted, and bam, he got his breakthrough. Boom, manifestation. Like that, guys. Right? Now think about how big of a climb that is from a place where they only make $200 a month to a point of manifesting $4,200 US the same day, right? That is massive, right? So what's 200 times 12? 2,400, right? That's 2 years almost of a salary that he was able to manifest in less than 24 hours. That is massive, okay? So that's the next stage. So once you clear this, okay, you move from not being able to recruit to, boom, all of a sudden you can recruit. That's where Debbie is right now, okay? When after that happens, now you realize, holy cow, this is way easier than I thought. I can speak my reality into existence. I can do this, right? Now that gateway's open, right? So now when you're getting traffic to your page, you've got no blocker. Now you start getting autopilot signups on their own, right? Now what happens, because you're clear, is that when you reach out to communicate with people, you don't have a blocker. So now you're connecting with them about their vision, their dream, their passion, their pain. It's not about you, it's not about the company, it's all about them, okay? Guess what magically happens? Debbie's got somebody that's going all in right now. That's the next level, guys. That's the next level of breakthrough. Now, once that happens once, and you're still clear in your body, right, and you recognize this is way easier than I thought, now it starts happening 3,000, 3,000, 3,000, 3,000. Those commissions start coming in because you've done the personal development work. And that's what Empower Network is all about, right? Why do you think they call it Empower Network, right? Because it helps you to step into your power, right? Talk about your personal breakthrough, talk about your journey of self-discovery, put value on your life, reflect back onto all of your life lessons so that you can help other people break through. Go through the training, identify what is your special sauce, get good at it to the point where you can do it live, turn it into a product, start speaking at events, and become a top motivator. That's the evolution of Empower Network, guys. Right? So once you learn the basics, once you realize, you notice how Dave Wood says that he wants you to listen to an inner circle audio, do reading about personal development. What do you think all of that's for? All of that is to help you to get clear. You know, there's one audio in the inner circle that's called Speak Your World into Existence. He talks about listening to it every single day for, you know, like 21 days straight, right? If you do that, guys, just so you know, your life will transform. It will, trust me, because that's the basis of all the training that I do, which is quantum physics, right? The two worlds that exist simultaneously. Everything you want, everything you don't want. We are riding a tightrope between these two realities, guys, right? And you can go either way, right? And it's all going to be based upon thought, directed emotion that generates healing that's going out to communicate with those electrons, right? So, Daniela and Brittany, talk to us a little bit about your vision, why you guys got involved, and what have you seen in this last little bit of energy that's happening, and what do you see for the future in your realities?
Okay, so I'll start. I got involved in Empower Network about probably, I think, 9 weeks ago. We did, and it was coming at, we had a big change. About a year ago, I started learning about law of attraction and quantum physics, and I was like, wow, I can really create my life. And so I just started creating my life. And we were both working in restaurants in Seattle, and I didn't want that anymore. I knew I'm made for so much more than that. And so over the course of about 7 months, we decided to sell everything that we own in Seattle and just travel the world. And so now we're in Bali. It's amazing. It's
That's a rooster.
That's a rooster in the background. We're in Bali. It's seriously, every day I wake up and I'm like you, Darren. I don't even need to sleep anymore because I'm like, wow, like all my dreams are coming true. Like this is really amazing. So we're in the process of, I think coming on with Empower, I had these ideas knowing people, but the beauty of it is it's actually what I'm really good at. I'm really good at showing people how to change their mindset. I'm really good at empowering people. I'm really good at, and so kind of turning it into that and finding out that it's more about that, I guess, or just coming into it. Changing my mindset about it. I've been having completely different conversations in the last week instead of looking at it. Another thing, you had mentioned my post that I posted. That was like the last thing I needed to be free of that story. It was really interesting. As soon as I posted that, and that was, because I wasn't holding on to that story, but as soon as I let that go, and I let that go for so many people, it's like so many things shifted in my mind and in my life, and now I'm like, okay, I can get on video. Like, that's not me anymore. I'm this new person. I am a leader, and it's crazy. I've been having different conversations because of that. So my vision is to be a top leader. My vision is to be on the stage speaking. I want to speak. I want to change people's lives. I want to be Tony Robbins. I want to, like, change the world just by talking. Power coming out of me. And so, and I believe I really believe that Empower Network, following through with all of this, can open those doors that I want with that. So.
Fantastic. That is so great. You know, here's the cool thing about that, Brittany, is that when you talk about this, you literally look like a fountain. No joke. I'm totally straight. You know, serious here is that you look like this fountain of energy going like this, like a bouquet of roses, right? It's just awesome. So, Daniela, what about you? Talk to me a little bit about your vision and what you see in the future with where you're headed.
Before I do that, I actually experienced hypnotherapy. I was working in a restaurant full time, and I was working as a chef, so I was working like no joke, 80-hour weeks. Like on a slow week, I was working like 65 hours. And Brittany had really started just getting all the way, just dove straight headfirst into self-development. So we're at home and she's like streaming audiobooks and we're listening to How You Were Born Rich and The Science of Getting Rich and Psycho-Cybernetics and Think and Grow Rich and just all of these really fantastic books to be listening to all the time. And I was having a lot of problems with carpal tunnel at the time. I was working as a sushi chef. So we had a friend who was actually the person who introduced us to the law of attraction. He is also a hypnotherapist. So he's like, oh, come in, I'll take care of you. We built this really great relationship with you. He's like, oh, come get hypnotherapy. I'll take care of you. So I go in. And we're talking about what I want to get out of the session, and then I get hypnotized and I come out, and when I come out of hypnotherapy for the very first time, out of my trance, I'm like a completely different person. All of those things that were getting programmed into my subconscious, unknowingly, the audiobooks, all of the things I was reading and what I was just being surrounded by, like, she'll tell you, like, I came out of hypnotherapy a completely different person. Like, it was just amazing, and from then on, it was like, okay, what do I need to do to take everything to the next level? Like, I was working, even my job, I was working as a chef, and I was kind of frustrated because I'd been with the company for maybe about 2.5 years, which in the restaurant industry is a long time. And I was, like, at the top of my game. I was working as a head chef in the busiest restaurant. Everyone loved me there. I was getting tremendous results. But I was frustrated because I wasn't growing. My team was growing, I was doing a fantastic job there, but I wasn't growing anymore. So when I went to hypnotherapy, it just like, bam, all came together, and I just switched my attitude and my mindset, and I was like, okay, I've been working, doing this, learning, pushing myself for about 10 years, like, I'm going to teach everyone everything that I know. And I did, and I just took on that mission, and instantly the entire environment changed there, and I was like, whoa, if I could do this here, and I changed so much myself, like, I can be free and I can show everyone how to do this and just how to give. Like, whenever you can just give that away, and I'm spending all this time learning and developing myself, I can give it away. I can change people's lives with this, and I know that it's true because my life changed because of it.
Wow.
So, like, it just, yeah, it's insane.
Wow, that's so great. Oh my God, this is so amazing. I'm just so excited. Okay, what I want to do here, because I don't know how much time he has, he's sort of come on here just as a favor to me as a special guest. I'd like to introduce everybody to Desmond Soon. You've probably seen him a lot on the leaderboards. He's really a major inspiration, a motivator, and ironically, guys, he's right here in Vancouver, and I met him in Nashville, okay? And that, once again, is the power of events. Okay, the power of events. There's so much that happens at an event, okay, that people don't even comprehend. It's not even in the event. It's outside. It's in the lobby. It's in the restaurant. It's in the, you know, the suite in the hotel by the pool, having lunch, dinner with people, and that's what happened. Okay, Desmond was sitting down in a little cafe. He had a couple people around, and I just kind of went over. I recognized him. I was like, Desmond, you know, holy cow, you know, and I didn't even realize he was in Vancouver, right? And we met at the event, and we ended up, you know, creating this really cool bond and this connection, this friendship, and I started sharing some ideas, training with him, and with this whole team that was sitting around the table, and from there we just have become like kindred spirits, like brothers, right? And you know, he's been on interviews and stuff with me, and he's in a featured interview on subconscious mind tapping. So I want everybody, you know, welcome Desmond Soon. How are you, sir?
Hey, Darren, how you doing, brother? It's an honor and a privilege, man. Like, I really, guys, you know, Darren really paints me to be this like superhero, but it's really Darren who's the superhero. I've been following Darren for a while here, and I saw that he was in Vancouver, and I saw that he was a six-figure earner at what he did. And you know, when you're going through your journey, doing whatever you're doing, trying to find answers and trying to find a way to make money or to bring abundance in your life and to try to work from home or to travel the world, to be the freedompreneur, the travelpreneur, the fatherpreneur, the mompreneur, whateverpreneur you want to be, you tend to kind of follow a couple of leaders. Well, I followed Darren. Believe it or not, I stalked him. I was that stalker that actually, I saw that he was in Vancouver, and so I wanted to reach out to him. And the funny thing was, it was the opposite. It was Darren who actually reached out to me, and we reached, I think it was maybe about, he had connected with me, and I said, yeah, do you mind if I sit down with you for coffee? You know, and it was about 2 weeks before that Nashville event. But things happened, and you know, he had his son in town, I think, or he had family in town, and we just could not meet up. And then things kind of fizzled out, and we got busy. We went to Nashville, and lo and behold, I showed up there. The airlines had lost my luggage, and I was stuck in my suit. I'd been traveling for like maybe 12 hours, 13 hours that day, and I was stuck in my grungy suit, you know. And Darren comes over. He walks right by, and there was like this instantaneous like connection. He was like, Desmond. I was like, Darren, and I was like, whoa. And it was just like, you know, ever since then, it's been a really wonderful, awesome relationship. He's been like the big brother. My own big brother has not really been. He's genuinely, everything that he says, I've seen some of the hate stuff that's popped up on Darren's timelines and his stuff, and it breaks my heart sometimes because I know that he's genuine. I know he's genuine. I mean, you know, I know that he cares about people. I've seen the results of people that he's touched. Esteban's on this call right now. I've seen how Esteban's blown up. Right, me and Esteban shed some tears together. I'm really proud of Esteban. I've seen Xingmi as well. She's blown up as well like crazy. You know, and many other members. You know, so anyone that Darren gets around, he's got that Midas touch. You want to be able to plug in with him because he does know. I mean, sometimes a little bit off the deep end. You know, you're wondering like, what's he been smoking here in British Columbia? No, I'm kidding. He doesn't smoke anything. He eats a lot of steak though. He eats a lot of good steak. If you're a vegan and all that, you just gotta have to ignore that. But Darren's a big, hard guy. He's a really big, hard guy, and he deserves all the recognition. So plug in with him. But Darren, I'm excited. I'm glad, man. We just had like a New Year's, Christmas / Halloween event yesterday. You know, so I'm really glad to be on this call for you.
Well, Desmond, talk to me a little bit. I know you've been around the industry a long time. You've been now to multiple Empower Network events. You've gone through like a massive transformation with your own leadership, with your own personal development, and talk to me a little bit about, you know, your father at home. You've got a couple of kids. Is it two boys?
2 boys, yeah.
2 boys. So you got 2 boys by yourself. You're a single dad at home, and talk to me about what has Empower Network done for you and your reality that you can stay home full time with your boys. And what's your vision for the future?
Okay, well, I want to take everyone back. You know, if you've never seen the interview that Darren's done with me before about my story, to about 4 years ago when doctors told me I was going to die. That was when I already had 1 son who was 1 year old, and the second one was on his way. He was in my wife's stomach at that time. And all my life, believe it or not, it's kind of cheesy, right? It's a little bit sappy, weird stuff. But as a guy, I always wanted to be a dad. I always wanted to be a dad. That's one of my dreams. I love the money. I love the ideas. Sorry, guys, if I speak really fast. I'm Singaporean, so sometimes the accent comes out, and I speak really fast when I get excited. But so that happened, right? And that was a big downer for me. Well, a downer is an understatement. It was a kick in the balls. It was vomiting blood. It was then there was the Yakuza and the owing the debts and the wife walking out on me and leaving me with 2 kids. So that was my situation when I entered Empower Network. It was more out of desperation. It took me a week to get $25 into a bank account. So I know a lot of people, I've seen a lot of leaders that come in, they've got a credit card, they've got a line of credit, so they get all in and stuff like that. After owning $500,000 restaurants and after working at Goldman Sachs and after dealing with music, you know, celebrities like Quincy Jones, Lady Gaga, Pitbull, Little John, playing with big money, having $100,000 in my pockets, I could not even get $25 together. I was going to a 24-hour supermarket to steal diapers. I want you just to imagine how embarrassing that is as a guy. I want you to imagine how depressed you would feel. And then having, you know, the salt rubbed into your wound with the Yakuza coming and knocking on your door at 4 a.m. in the morning, smashing your glass, putting dog shit and stuff on your door and smearing it everywhere on this high-class condominium where ambassadors and expats lived at, lawyers, doctors, and everything. So we were trying to keep up an image, but we were really dying inside big time. And so what happened was I found Empower Network, and it was a struggle. I think, and that's probably been one of my stories, is just that it's that whole turning setbacks into comebacks. You might have heard it a couple of times on my blogs or in my statements, turning setbacks into comebacks and finding a way out of no way. Now, why, people go like, well, isn't that kind of extreme, Desmond? Like, how does Empower Network, this blogging online thing, do that for you? They gave me hope. That's what it did. It gave me hope. It's just a vehicle, no different. I mean, there's lots of deals out there. I mean, every day you get bombarded with deals. Every day everyone gets like emails. I'm sure you've got emails, your emails in someone's thing. And you're getting these emails every day from people telling you, make money, $4,000 a day. Make this. It's not about that. My mentor, who's not really active in Empower Network right now, he's a self-made millionaire, and I begged him for money at that last minute, but he wasn't going to give me the money. He basically gave me hope. He said, Desmond, you can do this, and you can turn your setbacks into comebacks. You can rewrite the story of your life. You can give up your pride, your 12 years of everything you accomplished in Tokyo, come back to Vancouver, live in your parents' basement, live a very frugal life, go get a job, and rewrite your history, rewrite your chapter of your life. So that's what I saw it. I saw it as a vehicle to keep me busy and a proven system that works. Now, Empower, the company, has gone up and down. The people have come and gone. There have been moments of doubt in all of us. But one thing I've seen, though, is that the leadership within the company is, they do have a mission, and that is to empower people. It has been around the longest. It is the most compliant. All these things as a business owner, as a parent, it's the stability that I like. And then so I had to scale up very slowly. The stability was important, but it's the consistency, it's the predictability of being able to scale up, bit by bit. I've seen all kinds of like quick lazy man type deals come up. Rotator this, oh, come and join this, everyone's making money now. I see, people that I know that are marketers jumping over there, flashing, social proof, saying, oh, I made $18,000 today. But you see these same people, and they have no team below them. They come to events and they have 0 people with them at an event, right? And I'm not trying to put down anyone, but this is my personal beliefs. I'm more of an integrity type person, and it's all about integrity. And I watch to see who comes to events and who has a team there, and who spends time with the people, because those people, those marketers, I see them as selfish. They're good at selling people. They're good at funneling people in. But are they really there for their people? Are they really there to help the people, the brand new baby boomer come in, the single mom, the drug addict, the person who's about to commit suicide, help them to turn their setbacks into comebacks? Are they really there, or are they just there for the quick commission? Right? So that means a lot to me. And I saw that in Empower Network. I saw the community. I saw people like Darren. I saw people I'm connected with Tracy Walker, Dave Wood, Chris Jones. I see people like that want to help the absolute grandma, the person who doesn't even know how to open their email, teach them how to create a funnel so that they can start to generate some income, automate some things, have an autoresponder, have a lead capture page so they can automate some stuff. Even just get $17 as a commission, even though they spent like $100 or whatever to set up their account. But it's that light up of that light that comes back into their eyes, guys. We're on a mission on this planet right now. We're at a time, unprecedented time in this planet, whether you're God-fearing or whether you believe in the source and universe. It's an unprecedented time, and we have been given a responsibility to touch many others with our story, and Empower gives us that power to do that, right? Whether you want to step into that role as that leader and have that spark in your eyes, and to see those smiles in people's faces, to see those tears come down when you see a team member who struggled win for the very first time, and that belief come back in their life. A 50-year-old man who's like almost ready to give up, have that belief come back, or a woman, who had an abusive husband, and then she's struggling and just barely able to make ends meet. It's not about the money anymore. It's about seeing these people rise up. So that's what made me really empowered, and what really made me feel so passionate about Empower Network. And of course, then yes, once I channeled my heart, once I got straight and level on that, once I got clear on that, it really, you guys could probably even see something on my wall behind there, but I always talk about this every single time. January the 1st, 2015. Sorry, Dan, I'm taking a little bit of time, but I'll wrap up right now. 2015, January 2015, which was literally 11 months ago, I posted this up, and I put this up, and it says, it's not about me, it's about those 50 people So if I can leave you with something really profound tonight, if you've been struggling, you can't really figure out, you got these blocks, go to Darren, he'll help you out, clear some of those blocks and stuff like that. But if you really want to figure out what your why is, it's not really about your why. I challenge you to ask, what is it? Let me put it this way. It's not about what your why is. It's what is the why of the people that you're going to touch. When you can start to really internalize that, when you can cry because you're so happy to see someone else's success, that is when you're really going to step into that leadership. That's when you're going to step into that alpha. That's when you're going to unleash a lot of power. It's going to download. God's going to empower you. You're going to be the hand of God. You're going to download that power, and you're going to be this channel of light. And it gets really exciting. I'm not joking with you guys. I'm a full-time stay-at-home dad. I mean, like 2 years ago, I'm vomiting blood. I'm having my mom and dad insult me like you wouldn't believe, like literally spit on me, like spit. Like in the car. Like my mom, she's Portuguese, so she's really passionate, like spit. Not like when she talks and spit. Like she went like on me, right? Like shit. I thought that only happened in like Hollywood when you spit on the bad guy's face or something. But like my mom spat on me. It was like the most like insulting thing that could ever happen in a way. But that kind of stuff happened, and now look at this. Fast forward a bit, because of a system, because of leadership, because you lock arms, because you mastermind. Napoleon Hill, go read that, Think and Grow Rich, understand the power of masterminding. You mastermind with other like-minded individuals, and magic starts to happen. And when it happens amazingly fast. Give you just one last thing, just to wrap up. Tomorrow, Monday, I'm going to be hanging out with a billionaire. He's the guy that's building Trump Towers here in Vancouver. It wouldn't have happened if I did not use Empower Network to brand myself, to really bring my energy back up to instead of like dragging myself around and feeling sorry for myself and, oh my God, I'm going to die, and oh, I've lost all this money and my wife walked out on me, and just feeling sorry for myself, right? Instead of doing that, I totally turned my energy around, and it got attractive. People started being attracted to me, and I started caring about people, and so people started feeling that. We just got off another call that I was on, and there was like 6 other people that were on there, and they all said they joined me simply because they were just attracted to my energy. So I have Darren to thank for that, for just being there in my low moments every now and again when I do go through some stuff. And he, we're running mates, we help each other out. So please, 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 guys, listen to what Darren has to say. He's a genuine leader, and if I can help you guys in any way, reach out to me, but always plug into Darren first.
Fantastic. Desmond, you're a superstar, brother. I love you. It's so great to hear your motivation, man. You're awesome. You're awesome.
I'm really proud of you, Darren. Thank you.
Thanks, Desmond. Okay, Sheng Mei Shirley. Come on down, baby.
Hi. Hey, how's it going?
Good. Shirley, you've had just such an amazing transformation over the last, 90 to 120 days. Share with the people the big shift that happened for you, because it was almost like this light switch went on, and your videos changed, your message changed, everything shifted. What happened? Talk to us a little bit about that, and then share with us about your vision.
I did. So what it was is that I think a part of it was the fact that I felt that I was too young to be a leader, to have people look at me as a leader, because I am just 23 years old. And that was another reason why I left in this company in the past when I was 20, because I felt that no one would look up to me as a leader. So the whole part of me just having too much of an ego, not trying to have people help me, that's something that I had to let go in order to actually grow. So now that I actually took your mentoring and training, that has completely switched it around, and I am more clear about my why now. And the fact that Desmond actually explains that I need to find out the why for other people, that's completely crazy, because that's what I found out the other day. Because my why is because I found out my why, but then I also determined that the reason why I want to help people is I want to help people my age reach into their full power and actually become that social media guru that they want to be. Because you see all these videos now, and people are making these 6-second videos, and then they're becoming like 5K earners within months. And that's why I want to help people do that, because sometimes it takes years for them to do that, whereas it doesn't really have to be that way. You don't have to be that amateur to start from scratch from just a webcam. If as long as you take in the mentoring and take in the advertising and marketing part of it, then you're gonna get there. You know, like there's an easier way. So, and another funny thing is the whole point of me thinking that I'm too young to be a leader. About 2 weeks ago, I went for a law of attraction meeting, and it was so awkward because I came in there and there were 4 other people and they were over 50. So, and I'm in there and I'm, you know, in my 20s, and they're probably thinking I'm in the wrong place, and I'm thinking I'm in the wrong place, but I'm not. That was actually it. And so I'm just sitting there and I'm thinking, oh my gosh, these people really don't know about this stuff. They're still, you know, confused about life. And there were 2 other people there who actually attended, but they weren't, who had studied law of attraction for over a year, yet they still didn't know what they were doing with their lives. And I'm thinking, wow, do I really want to wait until I'm 50 to reach my full potential? Like, no, that's crazy. I'm gonna do this shit right now. So, and the weird thing was that I actually spoke out, and and then usually I'm not the one to speak about anything because I'm just a little too shy, but I actually shared with them what I knew, what I learned from Darren, and I shared my life experiences with that, and they pretty much shut up. They did. And it was weird because as I was talking, I was thinking about like that. I don't know if you guys seen National Treasure with Nicolas Cage, that moment where they were talking about like the clock tower, and he just kind of stopped and was like, wait, you guys really don't know this? And I kind of have to think about this real quick. I kind of have to stop and think. And he was like, this is what it feels like. So then later that night, I was just like, wow, it doesn't matter how old I am, I really can teach anyone and anybody, you know, like people with my age and people who are older than me, because, you know, no matter what, you're still learning, no matter what. Darren is still learning no matter what. So is Desmond. So you know, I'm just meant to be a healer. You know, I want to be there to help others, to heal people as well and show them their vision, you know. So this is what I'm here for. And I wouldn't be saying it 5 months ago. So that's my job.
Wow. Guys, you know what? This is so amazing, because what I want for you guys to understand here is that as you come on these Millionaire Mentoring sessions and we talk about these, you know, energy transference and quantum physics and the wave particle theory and these 2 worlds and thought-directed emotion, it goes into your being, okay, like osmosis. And what happens is that you become a ripple, okay? And that's what's happening right now with Shirley, right? She's now gotten all this information over this last, you know, 4 months or so, and it has literally become her. It's become her, right? That's the evolution of her morphing into her power, and now poof, she becomes a ripple, right? That's what she's experiencing, and that's what she's talking about. And she's having these revelations to realize her perception of herself before is totally different than her perception of herself now, and now she's a leader, right? And she's now getting into positions where it's just becoming natural, like a dropping a pebble and it going wong in through the water. Okay, awesome. Helen, can you unmute there?
Okay, you got me?
Yeah, we can hear you. Okay, so Helen, you know, I want for you just to share with people here, because you've gone through like a huge amount of personal development over the last 2 years. Share with the people here. You know, a lot of people have never been in personal development. They're just looking at personal development for the first time. Where were you at before, and where are you at now? I mean, because you have literally transformed a whole business, you know, from almost going under to a massively successful company. Talk to us a little bit about that evolution that's happened for you in personal development.
Well, the first thing I have to say, thank you, Darren, for taking me and mentoring me for the last while. Okay, so what I learned from Darren is that, like, I cannot attack people like cookers. Basically, I have to soften myself for speaking, regardless of, like, what language barrier that I have. Slow down and speak softly. I turn everything around. Basically, without all this training, because I've been listening to a lot of motivation audio book and a lot of CD, and of course a lot of training online and offline, but I put everything in practice, what I learned, the law of attraction, and then, like, there's so many things going on. Without all these things, I don't think I can save my husband's company.
Wow.
From like almost 200 in red, I turned the whole thing around.
So it was $200,000 in debt, or in the red, and you turned the whole company around. Now it's a profitable, successful company.
Yes.
Wow, that's fantastic. So Helen, talk to me a little bit about your vision. Now you've seen what's happening, this new compensation plan. You've obviously gotten massive benefit from these products over the last 2 years. Talk to me about what you see for the future.
So to break through that, I think I have to reach out more. I'm more confident right now to talk to people what is behind the company. It doesn't matter if it's the money any longer. It's a vision that there are a lot of people out there still struggling, but don't know what to do, like Desmond, but they're on a dying edge. They don't know what to do. They're hopeless. We just have to open our mouth and reach out.
Fantastic. That's awesome. Okay, guys, I want to just, this is kind of like a breakthrough right here for Tim, okay? And I want to just, give a little bit of backstory here, because sometimes, I get these, messages, call it a message from God, message from the universe, whatever, to call somebody, okay? And today was the day. Okay, I don't even know why. I got the message to pick up the phone and call Tim. Okay, now I'd been trying, a couple days here, messaging him, leave messages, whatnot. There was this urgency for me to get a hold of Tim. Now, Tim has been on the path of personal development for like a long time, guys. Okay, this is a guy that has seen months where he's made over $100,000 a month in his previous reality, right? So he has a lot of success under his belt. And sometimes it's just one phone call. Okay, and we were on the phone for an hour and 15 minutes, roughly, okay? And something happened during that call, okay? I can't explain how this stuff happens, guys, but it has to do with vibrational resonance and energy transference, okay, that takes place. And, Tim has been trying for so long to get to his personal breakthrough, and he was getting very frustrated because it wasn't coming, and he didn't know why. And this right here is the breakthrough, right, for him just to actually be here on this panel. So I want to just, really edify Tim for, just facing his fears and just showing up today. And Tim, maybe you can just share a little bit about, your vision, your dream of what you see with Empower Network. Just unmute there, Tim. On the top panel, there's an unmute button.
If you're using a phone, it's you kind of have to tap the screen, and there's a microphone at the bottom.
Is that it?
Oh, there he is. Okay, great.
Can you hear me?
Yep.
Hey, another breakthrough. I got this to work. I had to do this with my cell phone. Daryl, I couldn't get through. Darren, I couldn't get it to work on my computer. So anyway, I kept working at it until I got it to work on my phone. So anyway,
can you turn the phone around there so we can just see you there, so we can see your face?
Did it go backwards? Is that it?
Yeah, there we go. Okay. So Tim, you're in a safe place here with the group and the team. Maybe you can just share, what was your breakthrough today? I mean, that, if you can share your breakthrough, it'll ripple all the way across this whole panel, and other people will have their breakthrough because of your breakthrough. So maybe just be open and just share what happened. What happened today?
Okay. Well, Darren was talking about needing to get through to me, sending messages and all, and on Facebook. Was there, then and I hadn't, but then he called anyway. We were on there and I were talking. I sent the message. Today was pretty major. We finally got to one of the reasons maybe that I was still blocked and frustrated with it and all, and he finally came through to me, that Darren did, that he says, well, he said, it's your fear and you're still hiding. And I'm like, wow, really? And he's like, yeah. And I finally got through to me that was the case, the fear of that. I think we arrived at fear of judgment or rejection, things like that, and I hadn't realized how much that really had been a part of it, and it finally came through today. So that was pretty major for me. And I'd been on these mentoring calls and some of the others, but only as not as a participant. I was just on the line watching. And so he's right. This is the first time that I've actually participated on the panel. And for me, I thought I didn't have enough success stories or financial and all to share. And he's like, well, that's not what it's all about. It's the self-development and personal development too. And that finally got through to me. So that's a pretty big one for me. So, and I'm here today, and just amazing.
Man, that's so great, Tim. I'm telling you, I'm so proud of you because sometimes what happens is that we don't even know. Because here's the thing that I'm going to share with you guys. A lot of times in our training, I share about how our gateway to our future, our dream, lies in cleaning up our past. Okay. Now, here was the synchronicity between these two realities, and I want to share this with you, and maybe Tim can expand on this, because I think when you get his story, you're going to have a massive revelation. Okay. So in Tim's reality of what we're talking about here in this panel, what it was about almost being, not feeling he belonged, or being an outcast, or being in the corner, right? Being rejected, right? Put out to the, not belonging in the group, right? So his interpretation of that situation, he was actually making it his story, right? So he would kind of peer in, right? But he wasn't in the room, right? And I said, you know what, Tim, my intuition's telling me here that when you were a little kid, when you were like 12 years old or something like that, I don't know how old you were, but something happened where, the kids in the class or the group, they shunned you away, or they bullied you, or something happened that was so traumatic that event has now triggered into your reality right now. And as I'm talking about this, he's going, holy cow. He goes, oh my God, Darren, I can't even believe this. Like, that actually happened to me. So, Tim, maybe just share a little bit about that, because I think if people can see how this reality right now, your breakthrough wasn't here. It was back there at 12 or at 9 or whatever that we determined today in the coaching call. So share a little bit about that.
Let's see, I guess it was about, 9 or 10 years old, some of the realization. things had happened before had been going on. I guess I developed that shyness and that fear. But part of it was being raised in the South, Alabama, Southern Baptist family, and then realizing or knowing even at a young age that I was gay, and all the rejection and all from that. Plus, we talk about these barriers and blockage and layers, and I started apparently building my fort, so to speak, in layers of fat. I started gaining weight then very young, and in the year's time I had ballooned up at a large size after having been pretty skinny most of my life up until then, about 9 years. And it just that finally came to us today, because I kept trying to think of what is it that's this barrier, and I didn't realize how much that fear was still there, and I still had these layers out there, and that was part of the breakthrough. So it took me way back to an early age that I thought I had dealt with it, but it was still there, and that was the biggie. It's like I got to come out of that from behind the fortress and through the barriers, and that was pretty big for me today, that breakthrough.
Wow. So let me ask you this, Tim, because I talk about this all the time about there's something magical that happens with us as human beings when we can be a naked soul, when we can be vulnerable, right? Don't you feel so much better, right, being on this panel and just being able to openly share your pain, that the challenge that you went through, that stuff that the bullying that happened to you, and how that affected the rest of your life, and you couldn't figure out what the blocker was all this time, bam, today, the light bulb went on. The light bulb, just like a switch, went on. Do you realize, Tim, that if you make it a goal just to show up here, that over the next 4 to 6 weeks, your life is literally going to transform right now? Do you realize that?
Yes, I do now. And that, like I said, that was another breakthrough just now, because I've been working at this, since the Hangout started, because my computer, it wasn't cooperating. I couldn't get it to start, and I thought, I've got to figure out another way to get through, because this is part of that process today, that breakthrough. And I finally got it to work on my phone, so that was a biggie for me too. Great realization.
Wow, that is so great, man. I'm so proud of you. That is so phenomenal, and congratulations on that. Okay,
Thank
Debbie, the superstar recruiter, hello. Just unmute there, Debbie. So, Debbie, what I want to do is, something big, okay? Something big has happened for you in the last 2 weeks, okay? I mean, I'm talking ridiculously big, because you went through a hip replacement, you were in the spiral, literally every area of your reality. You went through about, I don't know, it's maybe about, you went all in, you went about 4 months, I think, maybe 5 months of Millionaire mentoring, and you have literally turned into a bouquet. Seriously, you've blossomed, and it's just amazing to witness. Share with us a little bit about that breakthrough.
Right. Oh, where do I start? You don't actually know this bit, Darren, but I'm a survivor of clinical depression, and I actually thought that I had come through it all, that it didn't affect me anymore. And then I had a conversation with Darren, and we talked about forgiveness, and he suggested that I wrote to a particular person, transformed into actually writing several letters to several other people, but that particular letter, it took a lot out of me, knocked me for six for about 3 days, but had such a massive, massive effect on me for the good, and made me realise how I was actually still holding on to things that were in the past, and they were stifling my future. And from writing that letter, so many things have happened. I have been on 2 radio shows talking about clinical depression, and now becoming a harmony and emotional coach, helping people to safely remove their mask, because a lot of people hide behind a mask in order to exist. And because of what I've learned with you, Darren, with the quantum physics, with the mind tapping, with the unleashing the alpha, all of that has helped me to start helping other people. And I've also created a personal development video series, which is just being kind of edited and sorted out. I created a free audio on self-development techniques that I give away on my blog, and it just spiraled, but spiraled the other way. And it's just amazing that even though I thought I'd got rid of it, it was actually still there, you know. And just by doing that one exercise, but several times, it's just made a massive difference. And you know, I've now got people asking me, can they interview me on their radio station? And you know, all over the world. And you know, the one that I put on my blog was actually in Alaska. I've got somebody from the Philippines asking me, you know, and a lot of what Empower Network does for you is it helps you reach out to people all over the world that I would never ever have been able to do beforehand. And also with the encouragement that you give, to kind of, I never ever thought I had an ego, and my misconceptions of ego has kind of really opened my eyes as well. And to just, you know, shift away from your ego is just massive. Doors. And I am also a co-author of an online book as well, which has happened over the last 2 to 3 weeks. So it's been like mad, to say the least.
You know what, Debbie, I got to tell you, I am just so proud of you. Like, seriously.
Thank you.
Because
I'm so proud of myself.
I remember the call when you and I were on, you know, Skype, and we were talking about this thing, and I told you about this specific task that you needed to do, and I could literally feel the energy in my body, right, as we were having the conversation, right, and you had your breakthrough right there, and then you went right into doing the assignment, and wham! Now, guys, when I say your gateway to your future is in cleaning up your past, I am totally serious. This is the real deal, guys, and you are literally learning the science behind getting rich. And it's way easier than people even think, okay? Master your thoughts, master your words, master your emotions, focus on your preferred state of being. Be the observer of you. Hear what you say. Hear what you think. Recognize what you're feeling in your body, and you can start to steer your reality, okay? But the blocker, right, all you got to do is look at somebody's bank account, right? So, in other words, if a person is not in a state of abundance where they can have $3,000, $6,000, $9,000, $12,000 days, right? It's back there, right, where they're going to get their breakthrough. It's the time that happened when they were 7 that something happened. It's the time that happened when they were 9 with their piano teacher. It's the time that happened when they were in grade 2 when something happened. It's one thing that their parents said when they were going to go to the store, and they said, I want to carry the money. And the dad said, oh, come on, you're going to lose it. You'll lose it anyway. Right? Something like that can affect you for the rest of your life. And you don't even know why. It doesn't even make any sense until you start becoming the detective looking backwards, right, to get to your gateway forwards. Okay, Dawn, can you unmute? Dawn, you there? Okay.
Unmute.
Okay.
Am I
So,
there?
Dawn,
Can you hear?
share with us a little bit about you know, your vision. If you've been on a few Millionaire mentoring sessions, talk to us a little bit about any shifts that have happened for you, and talk to us about your vision now moving forward into 2016.
Oh, my vision moving forward. Yes, I think I'm taking on too much, and I need to focus in on, like you said, changing myself, looking back and getting rid of all of that things in my closet there. You brought them to the surface. Maybe I've been avoiding them, probably. Yeah, I need to make a list and separate out all that stuff, and the thoughts that I have. I still haven't attacked that. Think I'm afraid of looking at it. But my vision definitely is to move forward and move forward fast. But I can't do that until I do that.
Okay, so just to try to help you a little bit here, Dawn, right now, what's happening is that your fear, okay, just so you know, your fear is you don't know how deep this emotional rabbit hole goes. This is the Pandora's box right here. Okay, that's where all the emotions get stored, right? And what happens is when the time's right, which is evidently right now, in this time of, you know, I'm not saying like right this second, but, you know, maybe in the next couple weeks, maybe in the next month, right? Your Pandora's box is starting to do this. Okay, and that means it's ready to blow, right? And you're going to just have to trust this process, okay? Trust this process. And what we really got to get you to understand is it all stems back to forgiveness, right? Forgiving yourself, forgiving the people that did stuff to you, right? It could have been your parents, could have been a husband or a boyfriend or, you know, somebody from your past, right?
All of the above.
Okay, and that's cool. There's nothing wrong with it, okay? So what you got to understand is that all of us, okay, all of us have gone through stuff like you, right? So you're not, you know, there's nothing that has been, you know, you haven't done anything wrong. You're not a person that is you know, faulty, right? We all are. All of us are. That's the human condition that you're facing, right? And it's ready to happen, right? So just keep on the process. But talk to me a little bit about your vision.
Oh, I dream of getting out of my little hole here, and I want to help other people. And yes, I'd like to be a leader. I enjoy helping people. But yes, I do want that money. Sorry, gonna need it. I've got a son with cancer, and I want to be able to spend some time with him and go places. I want to take him out of this one little place, you know, so he can see some sights. I mean, nothing like, you know, not having a job because you can't have a job because you have brain cancer, you know, and doing nothing all day except for focusing on that you're dying. Okay, so yeah, I want to move forward.
Okay, so what I'm going to share with you, Dawn, is that you need to get a book by Louise Hay called "You Can Heal Your Life." Okay.
You can what?
You Can Heal Your Life by Louise Hay. and you need to go on to Dr. Poulos, right? P-U-L-O-S, right? drdpoulos.com, and he has a program or a tape, CD. It's like a $20 tape. It's called Deep Trance Identification. You need to get that. You need to be listening to that every day. Okay, that'll really, really help you. Those two things.
Deep
Okay.
what? Identification?
Deep trance identification. Deep trance identification. Okay. Okay, Larry Morningstar. Guys, I want to just first of all, do a little bit of edification here for Larry. Larry is a successful entrepreneur here in Vancouver. Actually met him quite a few years ago when I was working for an advertising agency, and we had a common friend, and we met at the launch of this it was like electric car company or something. They were converting cars into becoming electric cars. That's actually where we met. But this is sort of a testament to building a list, right, and communicating with that list. Okay, so Larry opted into my list years ago, and he's been following my campaign, following the emails, and following the success stories. And finally, what happens is the energy builds up, and finally at a certain point, guys, when people see so much success, they can't resist it anymore, and they take action, they get involved. And so Larry and I had a call today. Larry said, Darren, can you show me what to do? I want to turn my life around. I want to make multiple six figures. What do I need to do? And I said, Larry, you need to get the products, right? You need to get the Inner Circle, the blog, Top Producer, Team Builder, and Mass Influence. Those are the products. We've done $200 million in sales with the products, and that's where the breakthrough happens. He says, okay, I'm doing it. I'm all in. Let's go for this, right? So I just want to say, Larry, congratulations on deciding to go all in on your dream, my friend. I'm fired up for you, brother. Okay, do we have you off mute?
Yes, I just turned mute off.
Fantastic. So Larry, maybe just give people a little snapshot about yourself. You're brand new to the team, so welcome on board, and share with us a little bit about your vision and what do you see for this future lifestyle that you want to be able to create for yourself.
I'm still fleshing out the vision, but what I've been struggling with is finding the right vehicle to move forward, and I've been kind of on a sideways pattern over the past 2-3 years, making some money here and there, but nothing really that really resonates with me as a vehicle. So I'm going to run with this one, and to really learn the strategies to basically get out and make an impact with people, and apply the principles and the strategies. So my vision is to become a leader and make a massive impact to people, and to do what I love. Reach out, and I'm a very good listener, and I'm able to empower other people, through mentoring. I've done it in the world of business, in a selective area, and now it's about expanding that. So here I go, and with some mentoring from Darren and the team, I feel unstoppable.
Fantastic. Well, welcome on board. Guys, I want to show you this really quickly just before we wrap up, because a lot of people, first of all, I just want, just on a complete vulnerability here, guys, I'm going to share with you that I am probably on a scale from 1 to 10 on the technical side. I'm maybe a 1, right? I'm more towards the 0, right? But I'll give myself a 1. I'm a 2-finger chicken pecker typer. True story. I type with 2 fingers. I have been able to get a little bit faster, over the course of just, hitting my head against the wall so many times. But I am a 2-finger chicken pecker typer. And I want to just log in here into my autoresponder. for a quick second just to show you guys something. And I'm going to show you my Facebook wall. Okay. So yesterday I formed a new list, right, called Empower New. This is going to be for my new campaign. Just so you know, my autoresponder series has still not been set up, okay? Because I have a technical blocker that I'm still working on. I'm trying to overcome it. I'm considering going for hypnotherapy and a bunch of other things so that I can conquer this, okay? When I think about doing anything that's technical, my body starts having cold sweats. My forehead gets all cold, and I start sweating, and I start getting vertigo, okay? But I managed to at least set up a list, okay? So you can see here that yesterday there was 38 people that opted in, and today there's been another 14, okay? So they don't get anything yet from me other than an email broadcast, so there's no autoresponder emails that they're going to get yet, right? So I want for you to know that even with that, okay, even with that as being a challenge, just by putting out the strategy that I do, which is personal development, right? Personal development, which is the core. So I'm going to show you how this has worked. Okay, so over the course of the last couple of days, you've probably seen some of the things that I've posted. Okay, so I've been allowing my broadcast to be showcased on my wall. Okay. Okay. So you'll notice here this is personal development. It is only with the heart that one sees rightly. What is essential is invisible to the eye. This is a story. A story. Okay. So this is basically showing some results. Okay, so it says, I'm completely blown away with the first week promotion results of the new Uniline compensation plan. One thing you can be rest assured, hundreds of thousands of lives will be changed. Will one of them be you? Take the online tour. And there's my link, okay? And then see the full income disclosure here. Okay, so now this is now going to, it automatically comes up as a picture, right? This is through AWeber, right? And it says, dude, the first week results are insane. Okay, now when somebody clicks this, watch what happens. It goes to my AWeber letter. Okay, so here's the picture, and it says, whoa, these first week results with the new Uniline compensation plan are completely insane. I've enclosed a back office screenshot so you can see the actual results for yourself. Watch the video. All I did was get people to watch this video, and it converted into autopilot sales and upsells on its own. Okay. Now this is called speaking to the listening. Okay, speaking to the listening. I talk about this a lot. Okay. It says, I don't know about you, but most people work full-time jobs and don't have a lot of extra time to run a business. Wouldn't you agree? This is what they're thinking. Right? That's what people are thinking. Well, I don't have time to do something like that. So when you put stuff like this into your copy, it makes it more relatable. Okay? That's why it's so important to have an automated sales funnel like this one that does all of the heavy lifting for you. I use social media, solo ads, and a blog for my marketing. And the majority of the sales come in on complete autopilot. Now, this is what people want, okay? This is, again, speaking to the listening. Imagine being out spending time with your kids and getting commission notifications saying, congratulations, you've just made a $3,000 commission. That's what happened for me this past week. And it's been happening for tons of others as well. If that's something that interests you, go here to get started now. Each week, I do Millionaire mentoring for my whole team. You can literally peek over my shoulder and see exactly how I run my business. Watch the video. Feel free to reach out to me, and I'm happy to share with you the 5 things you must know in order to have success working from home. Okay, now if you analyze this email, guys, you'll notice a number of things. So one thing, this is called vulnerability. Okay, I'm just sharing. Okay, look, I got it a week ago, and this is what happened, right? I mean, I'm just telling the truth, and I'm not making up a story. I'm not saying that I made 50,000 or anything like that. This is an actual picture of my back office, and that's where I am. Okay. Now, when I speak to the people, I'm speaking to some of their objections. Well, I don't really have enough time for something like that, right? So I want for you to understand that, as you start to go through these type of emails, you will start to almost go through osmosis, right? Like, when I first started talking about the wave particle theory, it probably didn't make any sense. Esteban, used to say to me, Darren, to be honest with you, when I first heard about it, I thought you were a little bit nuts, right? Now he's 3 months later, he's a leader, he's a top recruiter, and he's like totally transforming his life, and he's being an inspiration to his community and to his friends and followers. And his dad is now watching his videos going, holy cow, his dad's proud of him, right? So it's been massive. Okay. So watch how I put something that repeats into the PS, okay? Now, unfortunately, for whatever reason, that never came out bold. It should be. It should be this one in bold, this one in bold, okay? So it says, go here now and watch the video to the end. Find out how this training added 456,000, blah, 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 to my income. Okay, now, here's what people are saying. I could never do that. Right? This is what they're saying in their mind. So the next one says, what if even 10% of that success happened for you? It's almost like, you're writing copy that's, it's saying what they're thinking and providing a solution to it, right? Okay, so after that, right, watch the video now, thank me later. Okay, so what do I do next? I got a link to my blog so that they can get more value. I got a link to me on Facebook where they can get more value, and I'm super easy to reach. Now, here's what happened when I emailed something similar to this week. I got a call from a lady who was a loans officer. She's in a situation where she hates her career. She hates it, and she's looking for a change. Okay, so here's what she said to me. She said, you know what, Darren, I'm going to be honest with you. I saw the picture of you and your son, and I read your stuff, I read your thing, and I figured that if you put your phone number there, that you're reachable, and I'm just going to call the number to see if you would answer. And I did. I answered the phone, right? She goes, the fact that you've just answered your phone right now just completely blows me away, because most people don't even put their phone number on there. And I'm quite honestly shocked that I'm even talking to you right now, right? So I want for you guys to understand, the better you can be accessible, the easier it is for people to trust you, because it doesn't look like you're trying to hide something. Okay, so somebody can click on follow me on Facebook and boom, they're on my page. They can go read my Mind Mastery blog and bam, they're right here on my blog, right? So what I want to share with you guys when it comes to marketing, what are they going to get here? How to hit the jackpot in the home-based business industry, 10 little known secrets to fast-track yourself to success, the step-by-step guide to making a fortune online by just being yourself. I'm a lion, hear me roar, how to make money online while you're doing with your kids. This is what people want, guys. The defining moment that changed everything for me. This is called vulnerability, right? My Escape to a Tropical Paradise, Part 1. My Escape to a Tropical Paradise, Part 2. This is what people want. 2 things my mentor taught me that made me millions, right? So if you start to look at this in a different way, okay, so you got to start to look at your brand on how's it communicating to the marketplace, right? And what problems are you helping them solve? And what trigger points are you getting into that they want? Okay, so here's this one. my extreme mountain adventure. This is what people want, guys. You'll never guess what happened. Psychology of selling, 9 easy ways to get people to buy anything. How to generate an avalanche of leads for your home-based business while you sleep. Right? Look at the headlines, guys. Untold lies, the dark side of network marketing, 7 deadly sins of recruiting, why your subconscious mind is keeping you broke. Right? Spending more quality time with my son taught me this. Now, guys, I don't have a lot of blog posts. This one here has already made me over 12 grand. This one about me and my son. If you haven't read this, I really encourage you to read it, because it'll start to get you into this psychology of selling. Psychology. Stories sell, facts only tell. You can write a blog post and it can be factual, 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 factual. You won't make any money off that blog post. Okay? You need to take people on a roller coaster of emotions. Up, 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 up. Here's why. Up, 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 up. And this is what happened next. Right? It needs to be like a novel, like suspense. You gotta, if you can change people's state. I talk about this all the time, changing people's state. If you can change a person's state and get them bam, you will turn into a income producing machine. Okay? So a couple things I'm going to share with you about your blog. Anything that you talk about family that has an emotional story and it has life lessons, personal breakthrough, this is what my life was like, right? The 2 different realities. I remember a time back in my life, I could never really figure out what was going wrong. It seemed like the whole world was just doing stuff to me. I was always constantly under attack, and this and that was happening. But I remember this one time, and this is what happened. And then you get to your bridge. Okay, so you had that reality before, and then you get your revelation. That's your bridge, and now you've got this other side, right? So you can start off by speaking to the listening of the pain that you were in, that you can relate to them. I know how you feel. I felt the same way, and here's what I found. That's bridging you now into talking about your business. Okay, so this right here, if you look at this particular blog post, the whole blog post, guys, if you read this, it's a whole story. Takes them back into anchoring with their childhood about talking about them. Now I take them into a story. Now I take them into a flashback. Now I talk about my son, right? And now, see how it says, I'm talking about a story, and it goes build up, build up, build up. Here's why, right? Now it's going to take them further in, and then it's going to be picture, 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 right? Now I'm back into the story again. There's no paragraphs. Why is that? Because paragraphs are too hard to read, right? Blogs need to be very free and whimsical, and you need to have a lot of white space. So because this makes this very easy to read this fast, okay? All the way down. There's no areas where you're going to get crammed or blocked to try to read it. It's very easy to go through your eyes with that, right? And what happens is you can actually write long blog posts and people don't feel like they're a chore to read. It becomes like entertainment. So you'll notice that there's all of that content, and it says, what was even better is that while I was spending that quality time with my son, my online business was cranking out steady stream of commissions. To find out how I do it, go here. Right? So all of that to get to that one line, okay? So now that blog post was the 12,000 and change blog post. This blog post about my extreme adventure enrolled 5 people in 24 hours of sending it to my list. Now, it has nothing to do with the business, right? It has to do with me speaking to the listening. And if you read these couple of sentences, I'm speaking to people's pain, okay? So it says, one of the very few days that my alarm clock ever goes off is when I go on an extreme adventure or I go on vacation. Now, I know that people hate getting up to their alarm clock. I'm speaking to their pain. They want to go on an extreme adventure like this. They want to go skiing. They want to go to a tropical paradise. They want to have freedom, but they can't. They've got a job. They got mortgage. They got bills. They got stuff, responsibilities. They got stuff that they can't escape from, and there's no way out, right? So this whole story has nothing to do with the business. It has to do with the freedom lifestyle, right? All about the freedom lifestyle. And then I take them right into the reality. So this video is me on my extreme mountain adventure, right? So what I'm going to share with you guys is that once you get this formula, your marketing becomes really super easy because you look at your life like a storybook. So if I'm going to on a holiday and I know that I'm going to write a blog post about it, I start documenting it. I start just getting into the hang of documenting my life, almost like I'm a reality TV show. So here's me at, I'm getting up in the morning to go to the airport. So I take a picture of my luggage. Then I'm in traffic. I take a picture of the traffic. Then I get to the airport. I take a picture of me checking in or the sign. I get through customs. I take a picture of, the cool little area where I'm sitting, right? I get on the plane. I take a picture of me on the plane, right? I get to my destination. I take a picture of the hotel lobby. I get to my room. I take a picture of my room, the bathroom, a couple areas around there, right? And now you start to document it, and you can turn that into a story about the freedom lifestyle, and then you bridge back into about the business. So look at the bottom here. Here's what's really cool. Okay, so all of this whole thing up here had nothing to do with business. It was all about my extreme mountain adventure. Okay, now watch what happens at the bottom. Here's what's really cool. While I was on the mountain, while I was enjoying my day, while I was soaking up the breathtaking views and breathing in the crisp, clean mountain air, while I was taking part in this extreme mountain adventure, my online business generated almost $300 in additional cash flow. Pretty sweet, right? This is called speaking to them like you're having a conversation across the table. You want to ask these questions. Have you ever had this happen to you? That sucks, doesn't it? Right? So you're having a conversation with somebody versus putting out a bunch of content that really has no connection. This type stuff is what will get you connected to your viewers or your readers. Completely. Yeah.
We cannot see your screen. We are seeing your face right now.
Okay, hold on a second.
You're not sharing your screen.
Okay, I don't know why I did that. Let me just fix this. Okay, so can you guys see this right now?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so it says my online business generated almost $300 in additional cash flow. Pretty sweet, right? See that question? That's what gets the connection with your readers. So it says completely automated income that happened without me. Plus, I did it without having to harass my friends and family. This is speaking to the listening again, okay? I did it without having to do a single three-way phone call or invite people over to my home. So I haven't said anything about any business other than the fact that I was away having fun and my business generated $300 in additional cash flow, right? To find out how I'm doing it, go here. To see more pictures of my extreme mountain adventure, go to my fan page here. Want to experience the freedom lifestyle too? Go here. But you'll notice that only this little tiny bit is about the business. All this other stuff is about my adventure. And that's what people want, right? So once you realize that if you can share with people your reality and they want that lifestyle, that's when they start opting in. Okay, so this is something I shared right off David Wood's wall. Okay, so it says, wow, check out what's happening in Portugal alone. This is amazing. Take the online tour here. Okay, now there's my link. Okay, and this is a story about Silvio and how he's got 100 people at his house. Like, I guess he must have like a massive, huge mansion. It's just unbelievable. But he's basically, they went diamond and they had 3 people underneath them go diamond. That means he's making $30,000 a month minimum, and he's got 3 people underneath him each making $30,000 a month. Okay, and he's doing a home meeting, and there's Dave Wood doing it. Okay, so I haven't posted a lot of stuff, guys, here with my link, but in the event that I'm on sort of a campaign rollout, you will see that I do post more stuff with a link. Okay, because I'm generating leads. I also will recirculate my blog posts. So this is a blog post that I know is making me money, so why wouldn't I want to post it again, right? Because I know the story worked. I know the story's already made me $12,000. So I'm going to recirculate the blog post on my wall again, right? Okay, so we've got also entertainment, right? This is kind of trivia where you're interacting with your audience. Who here had fun last night for Halloween? You can see people start posting pictures, right? That's what you want. You want this type of stuff to happen. That's why you'll see me on my wall. A lot of times I'll ask a lot of questions. What would you do here? A, B, C, or D, right? If this happened to you, what would you do, right? Would you do this, 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 or this? That's how you get interaction with readers. You give them an opportunity to participate. Ask people questions. If you want participation, here's what you do. Ask a question that a 5-year-old kid would want to answer. Okay, you hear what I'm saying, guys? It'll blow you away if you try this. What's your favorite ice cream? Okay, you'll have a whole barrage of people. You have like 75, 100 people that are answered that. What's your favorite color? Right? You'll have a whole barrage of people that will answer that because the little kid in them instantly has to answer. Right? It's like the little kid that puts up his hand that wants to get the attention. Right? And a couple people will put in like joke stuff like pickle or something like that, right? And it just gets everybody going. Okay, so I want for you guys to understand that I only posted a couple of links. I think there's 2. There's only 2 times that I've posted that link to that. Okay, so one more here. Okay, so watch how I'm making reference to a specific thing in the inner circle, and I make a little campaign around it. So it says, speak your world into existence. This one single audio in the inner circle is worth its weight in gold. In fact, if you listen to it for 21 days straight, no matter what is currently happening in your life, your reality will completely shift and your storm will turn into sunshine. How do I know? I've done it, and countless others have done it as well. Just 21 days is all it takes. Your life as you know it will shift once you make a decision to listen to this one single audio for 21 days. Go here now, right? So now they're going to opt in, so now they're on my list, right? But what have I been marketing? I've been marketing a personal breakthrough here, right? Speak your world into existence. Okay, now then now some people will just click that right there, right? But now I tell them what to do. Go here now. Boom, here's a trial. Then log into your back office and get the Inner Circle audios. And under the category of Inner Circle Rewind, you'll find the audio called Speak Your World into Existence. Over the next 21 days, you will begin to see your reality shift dramatically. God wants you to live a better life. Decide today that you are worthy and don't give it a second thought. If you really want to access better health, better relationships, more peace of mind, more confidence and self-esteem, a better lifestyle, and abundance, do it now. Thank you later. There's my link again. Okay? Now, because I made this reference, God wants you to live better, right? What did I do for my picture? Boom. The sun's shining through the things. So what I want for you guys to understand is if you look at some of these posts, there's way more here, guys, from psychology than you might even, realize until I will really explain it to you. Okay, so I'm talking about something here, that gives them power. Okay, now I'm basically telling them that in 21 days their life's going to change and their storm is going to turn into sunshine. Now I'm giving them like third-party validation, right? Now I'm basically giving them commanding statements. I'm telling them what they need to do, and I'm giving them their benefits, right? If can imagine this, somebody's marriage is on the rocks. Oh, they go better relationships. Oh, 21 days. Oh my God, this will work for me, right? Somebody's all stressed out. Oh wow, more peace of mind. I'm in. 21. Oh, I'm in. More confidence and self-esteem. I'm in, right? So so there was basically 3 posts. So those 3 posts generated about, I don't know, 60. What was it? 38 for about 50 leads, right? I haven't done any paid traffic yet. That was just a couple of posts, right? I didn't overdo it. I didn't go business opportunity, join my business opportunity. I showed results. I showed, I edified other leaders, right? I mean, a lot of people will go, oh, well, I'm not going to do that because they'll just go call those guys. Guys, it's an abundant universe. It's holographic. It replenishes itself. Don't feel that you can't edify other people, other teammates, other leaders. I mean, I've even showcased Aaron Rashkin on my wall, and he's not even on my team. I don't make any money off of that. If I say, I just want to do a shout out to Aaron Rashkin. He's got amazing content. If you're not friends with Aaron, you need to be. Follow his content. He's got great stuff, right? So does that make sense, guys? Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes.
So, what my goal here, guys, I got to tell you, my goal is to help you guys fast track yourself to success. And if you follow these formulas, you can do this, guys. You can start popping $3,000, $6,000, $9,000 days once you get this clear, right? This Pandora's box got to blow first, right? Okay, make sense? So we're going to wrap up today. I'm hoping you guys got some value. Did anybody get value today? You guys get some value today?
A bunch.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yep. Yeah.
Thank you.
Fantastic, guys. So we're going to wrap for today. You guys are awesome. I'm so fired up. I'm excited about all these personal breakthroughs that are happening right across the board. We're just literally starting, guys. I will tell you this. Everything that's happened so far, okay? Everything that's happened so far that we've done, I want for you to look at as being test marketing. Okay, I do test marketing in everything that I do, right? Everything. A lot of times I'll roll out a campaign, might take longer. I'm okay with that. I'm not blowing the money, right? I'm test marketing so that I can hone it in and like a sniper, right? People go out and they just blow money. Oh, let's just go blow money, right? If you're a smart marketer, you test, tweak, right? And hone it in, and now you got your message, and boom, now you're laser focused, and now those commissions start popping like popcorn, right? So that was test marketing. Consider right now, guys, because you guys have done a massive amount of personal development in the test marketing stage. You are in a prime position right now to literally change your life forever, to become multiple 6-figure income earners and 7-figure income earners from all that stuff that you've learned that's going to literally become your rocket fuel right now to take you to the stratosphere. Okay, so I love you guys, fired up. Let's set a vision for this upcoming week, right? And I can tell you this can very easily be done. is that everybody here is going to become a boss. Okay? Now, 5 trials even will get you a boss, right? That means that 5 people that just take that trial, any 5 sales, you're a boss, right? Very, very simple to do. Some of these days that went by, I had 4 and 5 people take the trial in a single day, right? So it is very, very possible to be able to pull off in a week. So let's project to Sunday next week, right, that we're all going to implement these strategies to become a boss, right? We can do paid marketing with some solo ads, Facebook chat, Instagram, Twitter, whatever. There's tons of marketing strategies out there that we teach. And let's rock this, guys. Sound good? Boom! That's a wrap.
I am a boss.
Let's do it.
Awesome.
Sounds good, guys. Love you guys.